What is grime? Who can explain me that?
This is our homegrown sound, you understand? So this is our invention, you know what I mean? And this is what the kids feel in like, this is what they care about in the UK. This is the UK street sound.
It was almost like fuck the world, like the corporations don't want to let us in, and I was just like, let me just get me and my mates and just make some music and just pull it out and just see what happens.
It was so different to anyone else's music at the time, and just had no limits, had no boundaries, just doing whatever we wanted to do.
When I make money like a pawn broke ass, get when they say that my crew's hot last, swear they would use footprint shoulders.
The DIY mentality of the artist today, I think it was learnt from what we done and what we created and what we started. We created a blueprint for them. We created a blueprint of, you know what, you don't have to sign.
There was no record companies, there was no management, there was nothing. Just young black boys in the hood, nothing to do except for make music.
It's like a culture, it's like a way of living. You dress a certain way, you talk a certain way. It's a way of life.
It's Jamie, my controller, listening.
We pushed it through and we proved that it can work, and it not only could work in London, it could work in any city in this country.
For the effect it has had on the masses, still to this day, I haven't got words for it.
Hey, Ross was big in it.
It's rebel music, it's anarchy music. Grime is the punk of this generation. It had its up, and then it's down, and now we're back up again. It is such a good look that we are in control of grime again. We're taking grime to the world now.
Carried on when I got told stop dreaming, and now it is underdog season. I went from city to city, from town to town. I'm a local lad, I was raised in a manor.
What do I do all day? I go to work. I work 9 to 5 like everyone else. I live 2 days in 1 day, that's what I do. So when I go to work, I'm Clark Kent, and when I leave, I'm Superman. 10 years ago, it was a lot harder for you to get a tune, go and press it, and then get it heard by DJs, because if you weren't in the circle, you weren't in the know. Nowadays, it's easy. I can do a tune right now, slap it on my SoundCloud, and everyone has it.
I never saw none of this coming. Let me press rewind and go back 3 years. I was on my arse, never had nothing.
Not so long ago, it was probably the case that as an artist, you would think, if I need to be big in the music industry, like I need to have a deal, I need to get signed, and that's due to probably like lack of knowledge. All you need to do is just look at everything that's going on, and you'll see patterns and formulas, and you can just apply them to what you're doing and just build your own formula.
But it weren't frequent. Go nowhere, I'm but I weren't decent. Was a late shift, but I weren't spitting. I was battling my demons, hating myself, life weren't going nowhere. Underachieving, I don't want to be this.
I know MCs who have their own cameramen. They have their whole ecosystem that they've built for themselves. You know, I've done all this stuff, I'm actually running a business. I'm doing all the marketing bits, I'm recording the music, I'm getting it mixed down, promoting my own stuff, I'm networking, and then I'm having to handle funds. It's crazy.
Mind your business and I hate that like shutters. When I hear with paintings all on white and the thing that's buttons. I really said down wavy, man, a man move through waves like buttons.
Radar Radio is here because of the lack of youth centres in London. So for a place for the youth to come and sort of practice, whether you're a DJ or an MC. We definitely take influence on sort of stations like Rinse, Deja Vu, Delight FM. If there was no stations like that, we wouldn't be here. Even though it's not illegal, we do try to bring that pirate culture. Find a lot of the raw old school energy. Loads of MCs are there and you just want to know what's going to happen next. It's quite an exciting place at the moment. Hungry DJs, hungry MCs coming through, and we're seeing something very special now. We're definitely going to see some of these young MCs and DJs go to the top.
Big up PK, big up YDG, man. Big up all the DJs inside.
Big up Spooky on the decals.
Pirate Radio was what sort of birthed grime. There's been so many legendary moments happen on radio, it's mad. Eskimo, Wiley, people was familiar with that tune was getting battered on every single underground station. That's why radio is so important, because it's a place for people to hear what is going on.
Like yo, who's that? A madman, always around, who's back? That man, like it around like a gypsy, rap man, like an cartoon pack.
I mean, Spooky, DJ, producer, remixer, all-round fire clarter. Grime extraordinaire, man. One of the Grime pioneers, if you could say that. Well, I've sampled the original Uptown Top Ranking tune itself and just took all the juicy bits and that, just construct it into like nice 16 bar format, add a little spooky spice to it. Like within a couple hours, basically it got a tune. Them summer anthems there, you have to put the shades on. You have to put the shades on, so appreciate it. Just chilling with your little tropical juice, alongside 2 palm trees and that, chilling in the hammock and that. Yeah, man. Them type of rhythms what we're making out here, guys. Dubplate stems from the sound system culture. Guys would just draft in an artist, just have them spit over 2 instrumentals, and then they'll cut it to the dubplate there and then, so that they can go to the dance later on in the night.
Leave it, yeah? Sunny yesterday, man had fucking flip-flops on and shit. My man's got big trench jackets on. Welcome to London, innit?
Ha ha! Yeah! It's the Bizzle! Yeah, leave for the Bizzle, yeah, more fire cruzzle, yeah, P45, yeah, boundary, fire tree, boundary, yo.
Back then, you know what? It almost felt like we was kind of being alienated. My reaction to that was, well, fuck that. I'm gonna start my own label, and I'm gonna make the music I wanna make, and I'm just gonna try and find as much ways as possible to promote the music. Pirate radio was really my way of focusing on how to get the music out there. YouTube wasn't a factor at the time. Put out a few kind of white labels, and then came across the big one, which was POW.
Good afternoon, Lethal Bizzle Records, Julian speaking, how can I help?
Did a video, which I paid for myself, and I think that's when everything changed.
Pow! Yeah, I'm Lee for the beat. Pow! If you don't know about me, pow! Better ask someone quickly, cause pow! Yeah, I'm pow! You know?
What POW stands for now, I didn't realise it in the moment. It was almost like fuck the world, like the corporations don't want to let us in. That record kicked the door down and made people pay attention. Me and Dizzy Rascal back in the day used to always say, just need to be heard. Getting people to hear the music, that was our biggest fault. We had pirate radio and we had live shows. If you couldn't make it to the live show, there might be like tape packs circulating. Now, you just gotta pick up your iPhone and you find like 5-6 different apps. You could use all these different platforms to engage in the audience and get your product out there. My vocabulary and how it's all kind of catched on literally was just a thing between me and my pals. Leave it! Yeah! Bench! When I started using it on social media, the fans started being intrigued, like, what does that mean? What does dench mean? Like, 2 posters, 2 billboards. What does that mean? Don't know. The fans were like, you should do like t-shirts with all your slogans on them. So literally I just pressed up like a few hundred t-shirts with just dench on them, like, and they just sold out. Get the new dench t-shirts for you. We just kind of grew with the brand, so however big it got, we applied more money to it, applied more pressure to it, and we just kept growing it, and we're like 4 years in now. Yeah, we're still going, man. Obviously. It's the culture that's important. People from different walks of life who may not necessarily be into grime, but you might like my clothing. or you might think I'm funny. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to the same brand, which is me.
This is Lethal Bizzle, yeah? You're watching Lord of the Debts 3, the first DVD to bring the street shit, yeah, to you lot, yeah?
Lord of the Mics was probably one of the most influential products to come out of the grime scene.
Round one, fight!
During 2002, people were hearing music on the radio, through tape packs, through CDs. That was the only way you could really get the music.
What's that? You're larking.
This was a time before YouTube, before Facebook. There's no way for the youth to see the artists that they liked.
It's time to see who's alive, who's you. You're going like a top dog, so why you acting like Scooby-Doo?
So we picked up a camera and started filming these artists. I went around to their areas, interviewing them about what they're doing, the music they're putting out, just trying to give them a promotional tool to promote the music that we were distributing for them.
Then people just start coming in bit by bit in it.
This was the first one. We then upgraded a little bit later to something a bit more industry standard at the time. But this captured some great moments on it, you know. This captured the Skepta and Devilman clash.
Devilman ain't on my level, man. After I'm at level, man, put him with the other 6, that's 7, man.
Kano.
Been around since Master System, been around the block, avoided prison, been around Glocks, cops and robbers.
DWE, Jammer, and Lethal B, we took them to Germany.
In Germany right about now, I was just rolling, you get me?
At the time, there was no distribution network. So we decided, you know what, we need to find out where all these shops are. Jammer was working for a distribution company at the time, so we just kind of borrowed their database. So we've got a shop here in Bristol, Leicestershire. Tools going everywhere. There's a London shop there, Street Vibes. The vinyl shop started to die out, the independent record shop started to die out. That was kind of like a big down point for us because that's what our whole thing was based on. We wasn't ready for that transition to the internet. We was always used to having a product and selling. We didn't want to give our product to YouTube to put up for free. So we thought, you know what, have a little break, have a little rest. We went away for a little while. Then we came back with Lord of the Mics 3, and that kind of brought that whole energy back. Vinyls come back right now. Some of these vinyls are quite valuable. Rough Squad, Piper, you know, so Stormzy just done something on that. Stormzy is just an embodiment of what the original grime artist was. These new artists, they grew up on our DVDs. They grew up on the music that the guys were playing and making at the time. So they was influenced by that. Everything gets recycled, sounds, dress sense, it all gets recycled, all gets brought back. And that's what's happened with the grime scene.
AJT won't let a thing slide. Cruising your block, bare things in a ride. Your man them weren't prepared for the war. Guys, watch when I send to the sky. Last Japan, he's that guy. Man don't float on a rhythm, I fly. Dead MCs weren't prepared for the dub plate rise. Watch when the sky.